Erdington Hall School, Birmingham.
Lions like singing.
A school that's conducted a thorough review during the last 12 months, targeting teaching and learning within literacy for the foundation stage.
Erdington,
They've been asking themselves some pivotal questions. They believe the answers will have the greatest impact on their intake. Children from a culturally diverse but socially deprived area, where free school meals are taken by over 50%. So how do you best encourage the first steps in reading and writing?
Open wide.
How do you have the greatest impact on children's language for communication and thinking?
And I can see his long face.
His long face, he has got a long face.
And what makes the most effective learning environment for literacy?
Communication, language and literacy is a complex and all-pervasive area of learning, really, and that should be reflected within every aspect of your foundation stage classroom or your setting, so that all of the opportunities and experiences that the children have within that classroom or setting are geared, as well as the other 5 areas of learning, to communication, language and literacy.
For the majority of children here, their literacy learning journey starts in nursery.
You need quality play-based opportunities for children to involve themselves in and to immerse themselves in. You also need an adult that actually has a clear idea about what learning they intend to happen, and to give children open-ended activities and opportunities that support that learning to take place. And you'd be looking for that dance to happen in your setting.
And at Erdington Hall, that same dance continues in one of 2 reception classes.
It should be noisy, it should be active, it should be have children questioning what they're doing, questioning the teacher, not just accepting everything, wondering why.
I think the most magical part of being a foundation stage teacher is seeing the children develop as individuals and become more independent in their learning.
Can you switch your brains on? I thought we'd look at this book because I like this book and I know.
Kate and Angela's short-term planning is heavily influenced by the children. Medium-term, they use themes, and in this, the final half-term in reception, the children have been completely inspired by an animal characters theme about to peak in a visit to the local zoo, now only a week away.
There's a rumble in the jungle. There's a whisper in the trees.
It's such an important part to be a role model to children with reading, because the enthusiasm and excitement.
The animals are waking up. Can you wake up for me? Oh! I'm rustling the leaves.
We certainly have a plan of where we're going with the text, but the children may often take it somewhere else. But we develop vocabulary, teach them about writing, grammar, punctuation, lots of things, so much you can get out of a book.
Who can tell me a magic word that they think could be in the book? Mariam.
Lion.
A lion. Oh, I'm going to put that at the top of my list. A lion.
A tiger.
A tiger.
A zebra.
A zebra.
A giraffe.
A giraffe.
Elephant.
Well, there need to be a rich range of play opportunities that have been well thought through by the adults that are working with the children.
Hello. Hello. Welcome. And we're going to bring some more, and we might see a lion.
Oh, I think you might see a lion.
Or giraffe.
Yes, we've got giraffes.
Yeah, they're all right, and the tigers and the lions might have something as...
Oh, they do. They all get their food. You can come to the zoo at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to write that? Would you like to write that down so you don't forget?
Yeah.
10 o'clock. And what's your name?
Mrs. Duckworth.
You're Mrs. Duckworth.
Yeah, bye.
Okay then, bye.
Now
Did you tell them the time that we were coming? Okay, you better ring them back up. All right. What time do you think we're... 12 o'clock. OK. Make sure you tell them it's 12 o'clock we're arriving. Right, I'm going to put this on top, Stacey, do you think?
These children are developing a confidence with literacy and a willingness to write.
Ooh. What we're going to do, we're going to try and make a map of our own, what Azu's going to be like.
There needs to be some focused opportunities where the adult is working with a group of children on some aspect of communication, language and literacy that they have planned for. And there needs to be adults that are working with children that are ongoingly aware of how they can support those literacy opportunities and move them on.
Put them all together. La la la. Who comes next? Polar bear, polar bear.
The adult supporting children at play is the difference, when it's done well, between it actually moving it on and really linking children with further learning, or whether it actually stifles it and the play stops because of it. That's the real challenge.
We always find that we have much better standard of work when the children have initiated the activity, or when it's something that children are very keen on. They wanted to talk about what they saw and the language flowed because they knew about it.
The lion is in the water. The lion is in the water. None of the lions are going in the water.
The speaking and listening we experienced on the zoo trip was really good to see where the children had progressed. Certainly at the beginning of the year, a lot of children would have just given one-word answers and used body gestures, pointing and noises to raise our attention. But certainly now we were looking for the sentences and also the reasons why behind those first initial statements. So really pulling the language out of them.
Take a picture of that baby when they're
Short on. I wonder what it eats.
I know. I want to feed.
What does it feed on?
I think as practitioners we're very switched on to the environmental print around us, and so we don't miss a chance to teach. They were shouting, "There's a sign." You know, they knew it was going to give them information. The maps they were very excited by. The red writing, the danger, you know, the animal's bite.
This is the foundation stage philosophy in practice. The children are having fun. Angela's addressing particular targets in linking sounds and letters.
I can pick up food with my young nose.
Some of them were really reading the words, and Jordan was very fluent with his reading because he was interested, and they were actually going out finding the words and wanting to read them and using their letter sounds to read the map. They appeared much more competent with the maps than I thought they were. We use a lot of maps in school, but they wanted to see the penguin, so they needed to find Puffer Penguin.
You're cute, I'm the map reader. Move on, take a picture of the gorilla.
OK then, that's fine.
The real one! Yes.
The DigiBlues have been here today, and also the speaking and listening cassette recorders, and that will be taking the children's experiences back into the classroom, and we can relive the moments that we've captured.
And the daddy gorilla is outside.
He's got eyes. He's got eyes like us.
Oh no, he can't be shit.
The language here is immediate, it's confidence, and it gives them a real perspective on the world that they live in.
I like their neck.
You like their neck? Why do you like their neck?
Oh, he's nibbling on someone.
I can see his body.
You can see his body. How many legs has he got, Selena?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 legs. And he's got one very long nose, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I can see his long face. He's a baby one.
Yeah.
Could Green class write an information book
about their trip to the zoo? Do you think you will?
Yeah. We thought I'm going to bring and got my mum. Zebra lion.
Lion क्या करना सी?
Lion. Yeah, little tiger. So we didn't look at tiger. We looked at.
I think the Rose Report is very clear that we need to be providing quality speaking and listening opportunities, and I think it would be considered part of good early years practice that phonics is taught systematically.
Lion likes sleeping.
Wow, son, I didn't know that. I thought they ran around all day. So I think that's a really good sentence.
The phonics teaching this year in reception has changed greatly. We've continued the style of teaching through from nursery to reception, and certainly teaching it in a multisensory way, through song, through actions, through story, has certainly enhanced the learning.
At the end, well done, Stacey.
To encourage the children to use letter sounds, we use the letters that they give us, so their confidence is built that they are becoming writers. I think you can see their learning through the whole child, through their thinking, through their communication, through their body language.
Lions like sleeping.
But the greater balance of the sessions that follow up the zoo visit are play-based, indoors and outdoors, with a wide range of experiences that carefully target the literacy stepping stones.
Did you look? Monkeys, the monkeys.
Using the ICT, taking the DigiBlues on the trip was a valuable experience, as it brought the learning back into the classroom. So it's a way to start writing and to get the children back into that excitement and to remember actually what they saw on the day.
I will say the monkeys were swinging.
The monkeys are swinging. Well done. What do you think about at the beginning of your sentence?
We need a capital letter.
A capital letter. Go on, then you start.
For capital, I can do that.
Yeah. To remind you.
And for a small letter, you can do that.
A small letter. Well done, Stacey.
I think what's important to remember is that you're seeing us in the third term, and whilst it may look as if it all goes together effortlessly, there's a lot of work that's gone into that. When children come in their first term, we sit at a table with an activity, and we're excited by the activity, and children come and join us, and if they choose not to, then that's entirely up to them. And I think because they develop this trust, they want to come. And as the year progresses, and they then see themselves as readers and writers, they have a very I-can-do approach to life.